Hey, I'm glad you could make it.
What's your sign?
I think I'm a Gemini.
Ew. Oh my god. Like, my condolences.
It wasn't a choice.
What do you bring to the table?
Charming allure.
Don't try to be funny, okay? It's unnatural. It's like seeing a chimp try to read.
Okay. I submit.
Okay. If that's what you want.
Just letting you know, I'm not like one of these whores of Babylon.
Noted.
Do you mind if I vape?
Oh, I mean, I guess I don't mind, but maybe the people around us might.
Okay, yeah, for sure. It's like, I can not vape for an hour. It's not like I'm addicted or anything.
I strongly believe in uplifting the Black community and just like fostering Black joy.
Okay. How though?
I sucked a lot of Black dick in college.
It's what MLK would have wanted.
Listen, I'm not a bigot.
Where is this going?
Like, I never call people slurs. I've typed them, graffitied a few. Okay, technically I did drunkenly yell one out of a speeding car, but I'm not like a hateful person, you know?
I was really popular in high school just because I said what everyone else was thinking. Like, we had this one English teacher. She was a human Birkenstock. And it turns out she, like, physically couldn't have kids. So one time I jokingly called her womb the Gaza Strip because it's inhospitable to children. And so then everyone started calling her Amnesty International. Jeez. Oh, don't worry. It eventually stopped. I mean, it's because she quit. It's crazy how, like, some people just cannot take a joke.
I'm not like one of those toxic guys, you know. Like, I'm a real feminist. I'll let you pay for this whole date. Maybe, afterwards, I can take you back to the place I'm squatting in. There is a gang of roaches that live there, but usually they just, like, mind their business in the corner.
Well, it's comforting knowing that there would be an audience.
I mean, my mom did once say that my place kind of looks like the background of a hostage video, but, you know, she's kind of a dumb bitch. I'm kidding, but like not really, you know, because she cut my monthly allowance and I'm still pretty pissed off about that.
How old are you again?
I'm a youthful 35, but medically my liver is 67.
Hi, can I get 7 shots of Ukrainian vodka and the fruit plate? Thank you. Life's all about balance.
What kind of IPAs do you have on tap?
Ew.
What?
Sorry, that just like gave me the ick. You know, like, oh, what kind of gross yeast water do you have? Like, ew. We get it. You think you're cultured and you probably ferment your own piss. You should kind of be humiliated.
Can I get a scotch and just a raw steak? No utensils either. I want to eat it with my bare hands like a feral Neanderthal.
And I'll have the
And she'll have a salad. Can I just get tap water? Completely unfiltered. You know, I like to taste the city.
Excuse me? Excuse me! Yeah, can I get a whole bottle of rosé and like a little bendy straw? Thank you.
That was a bit rude.
Oh my gosh, like calm down. It's literally their job. So many men these days are just intimidated by an independent woman. Like, I know that the reason that all of my exes have restraining orders against me is because I run a successful business.
I'm sorry, can you elaborate?
Oh, my business?
No.
Sure. I used to sell feet pics, but eventually the clientele figured out that they weren't actually my feet. They were just screenshots from crime scene photos. So now I have my own perfume business called Stank Bitches. It's really big in Uzbekistan. Apparently they use it to repel stray dogs.
You're a modern day Warren Buffett.
Thank you.
All of my exes were crazy, okay? I don't know why.
That's quite the coincidence.
They were always in my business. I mean, my most recent ex, who dumped me just because I was constantly cheating on her, used to beg me to go to therapy after I told her that I'm always filled with rage and oftentimes I act on it. But her female brain just couldn't grasp that just because my favorite hobby as a kid was drowning cats in the local creek, that wasn't a reflection of some deeper psychological problems. It was practically a rite of passage for boys in Florida.
Family is everything to me, you know, when...
Who's that?
Oh. Nothing. It's just my mom. She keeps sending me these articles about how algebra is like Muslim math. Don't get me wrong, I love her to death, but I also can't wait to stick her in a home.
I actually used to be part of what I thought was a commune out in Portland. Turns out it was just a tweaker colony. They were using scrap metal as currency. I didn't even notice until about 2 months in.
I just feel like all men are trash at this point. I was commiserating with my bestie, who is such a catch. We met each other while we were working the coat check at one of those skeezy Russian and Saudi oligarch diddle parties. I mean, my girl looks and smells like a cigarette. She has a kick-ass job writing fake Amazon reviews for lead-contaminated Taiwanese knockoff products. And the state finally gave her license back, so she's back behind the wheel of her Pontiac.
Well, thank God she's back out on the streets.
I know. I tell her all the time, like, know your worth, queen. These men do not deserve you. Oh, what does that tattoo stand for?
Oh, this? It's honoring the frat that I used to belong to, Omega Moon Pi DUI. It was a debaucherous brotherhood, forged through mutual hazing rituals that technically constituted torture. Our frat president, Dick von Faschistisch, used to say if you're not violating the Geneva Conventions, you're not waterboarding them correctly. And, you know, only like 2 people ever actually died, so.
I come from a long line of God-fearing, patriotic, functional alcoholics, and I'm just looking for a man I can continue that legacy with.
Well, you know, I'd also like to start a family.
Same. I can't wait to have a bunch of kids. All boys, though. Like, I don't want any daughters. I don't know why, I just don't really like other women. I don't want that competition in my house.
I'm like a really open-minded guy, you know. Just last week, I had a they-them sit on my face, which I count as a semantic threesome. I did see a tweet of theirs the next day that said all beanie-wearing he-hims who live in Brooklyn smell like hot dog water, but, you know, like, that could have been about anybody.
You really are an ally.
Yeah, you know, I try. And I feel like I need to be rewarded for that.
Mental health awareness is just so important, you know. As someone with self-diagnosed ADHD, OCD, NAACP, Snoop DOGG, I'm constantly checking in on people. What do you have?
Fortunately, I've never been diagnosed with anything, I don't think.
Oh. That's kind of boring. I just feel like to have main character energy, you kind of need a mental illness.
Well, that's a very healthy perspective.
Sometimes I can recall playing catch with my dad, you know, before he left us for that petri dish of a woman, Diane.
Are you okay?
Sorry, that was really fruity of me. I'm gonna go and punch a hole in the bathroom wall. I'll be back.
Oh no. My parents were pretty old school. For example, my brother was not allowed to watch Teletubbies as a kid because my dad read this article, or well, he read the headline, and it warned that if you let your sons watch that show, it would turn them, you know, because of Tinky Winky's tacky red purse. It was a close call too. He was already beginning to frolic.
Well, you know, it's airborne now.
Are you serious?
Jesus wept.
I'm working towards abolishing all laws, all criminal records, mainly mine.
Excuse me?
It's not what you think, okay? I'm just like on a registry.
Is that better?
Oh, okay, let me just explain. Like, it wasn't like assault or anything, right? I was just really baked and horned up and decided to, you know, spill some seed, if you want to get biblical, in the park. It's like a really common thing for all primates to do, and, you know, the pigs discovered me. It was probably because I was blasting audio of a woman screaming. It's the only sound that really gets me off, and I choose not to dig deeper into that. It's just disgusting how, like, puritanical our society is, you know.
Sometimes I stare at the wall, open-mouthed, for just 30 minutes straight, quietly praying for the sweet embrace of death. What do you do for fun?
I like to work out. I listen to podcasts.
Let me guess. Joe Rogan.
If he has a good guest on, maybe.
Okay. You can just, like, say that you hate women.
That seems pretty reductive.
Okay, first of all, nuance is a dog whistle.
You've got to be kidding me.
Oh my gosh, like, you don't have to yell at me.
I wasn't, and I'm sorry if it came off that way.
Okay. I forgive you. That was, like, so sweet that you apologized. I've never had a man actually do that.
You seem a little erratic.
Wow. Okay, well, I'm not just gonna sit here and be attacked, so clearly you have some internalized BS that you need to work through, so I'm gonna go. Have fun being a freaking incel.
Yeah, well, it was lovely meeting you too.
I will be tweeting about you.
So, you want kids, right?
Yeah, you know, hopefully, the near future.
TikTok.
Is that supposed to be my
Your biological clock ticking away.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my gosh, I'm kidding. Jeez, you females are so humorless. But like, actually though, your eggs are shriveling away like a birthday balloon left behind a couch.
Well, yeah, thank you for that vivid imagery. I'm assuming you also want kids.
Well, you know, if you, play your cards right, then, maybe one day I'd bless you with my lactose-intolerant spawn. You wouldn't be allowed to gain any weight. even during the pregnancy.
That's very presumptuous of you.
What's your problem? I'm the catch. You know, I'm the prize. You know what? This is what I get for going out with a 4. I was foolish enough to think that homely girls would be more grateful, but even substitute teacher-looking broads like you think you're hot shit.
Thank you for the kind words.
All right, well, I'm just letting you know that your feminist sarcasm is not going to save you from dying alone with your horde of lesbian cats.
Okay. Bye-bye.
I love getting together with my besties from college who I all kind of hate with a burning passion. But we all, like, technically killed someone together while we were in the sorority Delta United Spirits. So we're all pretty much joined for life over that. We drink red wine out of these giant chalices. Kendra always does, you know, like a bump. She's basically addicted. It's just like pathetic at this point. Anyway, we reread the same Colleen Hoover book for the 10th time until she comes out with a new one. So, what do you do for fun?
You know, the basics, gym, podcasts. I like to cook for myself sometimes.
That explains it.
What?
You just radiate like a lot of female energy, and no offense, but I'm trying to rest in my sovereign femininity, and there's just something really beta about you.
Okay.
Oh wow, so you're just gonna give up.
Well, I guess I'm just not man enough for you.
And you never will be. I'm just glad that you've accepted that.
How do you feel, like, about reproduction?
Well, you know, I personally would like to have kids.
You know, it's just that I subscribe to, like, an anti-natalist philosophy. That being said, I'm, like, 65% sure that I have a few bastard kids sprinkled along the tour route for the band Korn. You know, I could raise them or whatever, but I just feel like right now kids would kind of kill my vibe. Plus, if I was to, like, marry any of their mothers, you know, I would just be contributing to the cis, hetero, Normandy, capitalist institution of marriage.
I'm sure that's the reason.
No offense, because, like, you know, I, like, support women choosing or, you know, whatever, but it's just, like, kind of sad how brainwashed you are. I feel like we're not really on the same wavelength.
Well, not all of us can be as enlightened as you.
Don't worry, you'll get there one day. I mean, I'll still let you sleep with me.
That's very generous, but no. God, no.
Alright, it's your freaking loss. Just saying, you're missing out on 4 inches with the girth of a tuna can and no foreplay.